Okay, so I'm going to play a combo style deck today. This is Trash for Treasure, which revolves around the namesake card Trash for Treasure and similar effects. So this card is a 2 and a red that needs you to sack an artifact as an additional cost to return any artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. There's also Refurbish in white for 1 more mana without the artifact sacrificing cost. And what we're trying to bring back is either Graz, Unstoppable Juggernaut, a card from Phyrexial will be 1, that basically turns all of our creatures into 5/3s. And then there's also Portal to Phyrexia, a 9 mana artifact that makes our opponent sack their board if they're playing creatures, and we then get to reanimate them and use them for our own good. So basically what we need to do in this kind of deck is ramp, get creatures out, and put cards into the bin. And so how we do that is first by tackling card draw. So we have things like Thrilling Discovery as a discard 2, draw 3. There's Fable of the Mirror Breaker's second chapter that allows you to discard 2, draw 2. And then as a little side thing, there's the Voltaire and Epicure, which makes a blood token that allows you to loot a card as well. And then in terms of satisfying Trash for Treasure's requirement of sacrificing an artifact, we have Esper Sentinels, Glass Caskets. The blood token is technically an artifact as well, so that can be used. And then our Fable of the Mirror Breaker little 2/2 Goblin Shaman makes treasure tokens as well, which are artifacts. And so basically through a combination of these effects, we use Glass Casket to lock down the board, with Esper Sentinel to help us draw a little bit. Then we start deploying threats, and eventually we use one of our draw discard things to bin one of these, and then cast Trash for Treasure or Refurbish as early as turn 3 is possible in this deck. And then the land base is pretty simple. A bunch of dual things and then some basic lands. This deck is pretty straightforward. We're going to generally want to take red mana here if you just kind of look at the mana curve here. It's pretty split 50-50. I'll usually try to go evenly, but if I'm trying to figure out what I want a lot of, it's generally red. Okay, so that was the deck. Let's just go on and play some games. Okay, we're in round 1, and we have a start involving a bunch of our draw discards, and we do have an Esper Sentinel off the rip. I'll go ahead and keep this, and then play a slow hand after the fact. I will shock in the Sacred Foundry. I do want Esper Sentinel out early, in case we can draw an extra card from there. And then after this, I'll just probably make a turn 3 play of a Thrilling Discovery or something like that. Opponent is on some sort of combo deck. And we do have our turn 3 thing to do, so that's good. I'm gonna go find I'll find a red mana first, and then get my white mana out of the way. So we'll move in, and then now we have Thrilling Discovery. We can even Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and then hide a bit more information this way. I'm going to do that. Opponent is on some sort of combo, and we're just gonna try to kill them before it matters. So here is Fabled Passage. I will go ahead and then Thrilling Discovery, discarding 2 Portal to Phyrexias, and then we have a bunch of different things. Cool. And I'm going to have to discard one thing, and that will be the Voltaire and Epicure probably. Actually, Esper Sentinel's less good now. I'll set a stop at their end step to grab my white mana, and then we can Trash for Treasure them next turn. Bummer. Okay, so they do actually play around that slightly with the Play with Fire activation. Not sure if they intended to do that. Looks like Glass Casket is actually kind of dead, so maybe that should have been the thing that I discarded. Oh well. And oh, that's right. The Fabled Passage now cannot be used for mana. That's funny. Here is Battlefield Forge instead. I can go ahead and Voltaire in and do something, or I can just Fable the Mirror Breaker first. And now I have enough things to combo next turn. Unfortunately, my opponent doesn't really seem to play any creatures, so I'm going to have to beat them down with my board first. Okay, opponent goes blank us. They cast Go Blank on us. I'm going to get rid of the Glass Caskets. They haven't shown me any creatures yet. So I'm going to lose a couple of those. And now I know that I need to be very careful about the way that I'm going about my discarding. So in terms of discard drawing, I'll get rid of a Trash for Treasure Plains and then just kind of try to draw into an answer or something to do next. Here is that card, and then I will Voldare and Epicure next. And we do have a draw discard available to do. Alright. Well, we'll see what their plan is after Blood Sun. I imagine it is sure. Okay. Well, that's gonna start to hurt real quick. Discard Plains. So what are they gonna do? They are going to just basically save a bunch of cards inside Arcane Bombardment. And this is exile at random. Okay, so this takes things out of the graveyard. Unfortunately, I don't have my own graveyard, hey, which kind of blows. Okay, so I have nothing to do at this point. There is another land. Okay, so we got Kiki Jiki now. We can copy our little token guy. And now I need to make sure that I have a way to discard a card, and I need to find a payoff. Once I do that, then I'm looking okay. What are they choosing on this? They might just kill all the treasures. No, they're probably killing creatures. They like what they see here. Okay. Yeah, now I'm starting to get stuck. A draw spell here feels pretty good to me. Opponent stopping on my upkeep. What are they going to do? They are going to Valakut Awakening. Okay. And they might Mind Rot me, maybe? Or Go Blank me. Play with fire again. Okay. Now, this is not them choosing it, I don't believe, right? Oh, this is copy each card exiled with Mind Bombardment or whatever. So they can choose to do both of these. That's interesting. Okay. Pretty good value piece here. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard to get there. Okay, so this is pretty good. They're letting me draw. And now we're holding priority again for some reason. Okay, now I'm in my main phase. I can Thrilling Discovery and try to go off here. I will discard... At this point, it's going to need to be... I'll just hold on to Refurbish because I can't really rely on having a thing in my hand. Okay, so we have Voldare and Epicure, and now we just need to Portal to Phyrexia. We can actually do that now. Very good. Wait. Trash for Treasure would require sacking an artifact. Oh, we actually can't do it. It's like we're 1 mana off, I think. So 1 mana to do the discard, and then we have only 3. Yeah, we don't have enough. Okay, so I will attempt to do it next turn. Casualties of War. Yikes. Okay. So this is targeting not my treasure, so I might as well crack a mana from this. They may cast... Okay, discard 2 cards. That really hurts. Oh my gosh, wow. That is just truly brutal. If they get to scry, they're going to scry to the top, and now I got to try to figure out a way to get through this. So, Go Blank is kind of difficult here. I have 3 Trash for Treasure. So that's my last Trash for Treasure. I have still 3 more Refurbishes. Okay. I can maintain my discard spell. I'm also only 1 more Portal to Phyrexia after this. I think it's a bit better for me to... Man, I don't really know what I want to lose. Trash, Refurbish, or Portal. Well, at this point, I'm already over halfway through with my reanimating cards, so I'll probably just get rid of these 2. Lose my last Portal. Portal doesn't really have too many hits in this game anyway, so not the worst, honestly. So I'll draw my card here, and then I just kind of need to limp across the finish line, and I'll have to do that by discarding this Fabled Passage. We get another land. That's sure a bummer. And then I assume I just get Mind Rotted for the rest of the game now with Arcane Bombardment and Mind Rot in Exile. So I think at this point it's just over, right? Yeah, they can just kill me with all of these things. Pretty sweet deck. Arcane Bombardment. Kind of fun. So they support it with Assemble the Team, and then they just try to Blood Sun, probably out of Lotus Field or some other combination of lands. Well, okay, I think we were just basically not quick enough to beat them. I think we can probably just wrap this one up. I'm down to 3 lands, and I don't think I'm doing too much more from here. Oh, that was the last portal. Okay, that was round 1. Let's move on to round 2. Okay, here we are in round 2. We have pretty much everything but our reanimation effects, and that is good enough for me. Fable of the Mirror Breaker will do us well enough down the line. So I'm going to lead on a Fabled Passage since I don't have that 4th land locked down yet. Rabbit Battery is a new card to me. Now that I do have my 4th mana, I'll just lead on a Plains, then go Mountain, Thrilling Discovery, Forge, Fable, and we'll move on from there. Kind of like that. I can also actually Glass Casket there. Rabbit. Oh, yeah, okay. If they're gonna just be Voltroning everything onto one creature, I think that's probably a good idea. Okay, so for sure I'm playing this, and now the question is, do I really want to do that? Do I really want to just spend mana taking out the Rabbit Battery now? I think for right now, I'm not going to bother doing that, and I don't think I can get it big enough to kill me, basically. So I get to draw 3 cards here. We do have Trash for Treasure, so that probably means I want so I could either Glass Casket and then use that as my artifact for Trash for Treasure, if that means that they'll have just 3 creatures, so that they'll all 3 be sacrificed to Portal to Phyrexia. They reconfigure onto this thing. Okay. Now this is just an artifact equipment. Okay, interesting. So if I just put this down and I put out my Fable of the Mirror Breaker, how am I feeling? I think I want to instead do this. And then because this is a deck that plays a lot of like auras and stuff like that, I probably just want to have the Esper Sentinel out. So Bone Splitter can go on, Fireblade Charger, okay. They're gonna just kind of nickel and dime me here. Okay, so they make Fireblade Charger a little bigger. Okay, I won't block that. Go to 9. And now I can wipe their board. So here's this, sacrifice. I'm going to get a Mountain. And now I could just straight up refurbish. Or what I could do is just Trash for Treasure. So this is what I'm saying. Portal to Phyrexia, sacrifice the Glass Casket. So this enters the battlefield first. Then Portal enters, they have to sack their creatures. Okay, so they'll probably kill the Esper Sentinel. Or they might go face. Not really sure what they'll do. They do go face, okay. So then I will keep Esper Sentinel back. And then now I just need to reanimate things out of their graveyard. If they can deal with Portal, that sucks. And I'm going to be in kind of a tough situation. If not, then maybe there's something that I can do here. I can at least take their Razor Slash. They don't have enough mana to bring that back yet. Might as well take that 3-1, start beating down. Next turn I can Fable once. Okay. Do these come back from the battlefield? They do not. So I'm probably trying to reconfigure. Or to deal with the reconfiguring. Okay, so we'll see if they give me the card. Okay, so what am I taking back? I'm probably taking Fireblade Charger first. And then now, perfect. Glass Casket is amazing right now. So I will Fabled Passage, sack that. This time I'm getting white. And I'm going to lead with a Glass Casket on Rabbit Battery. Now we're taking out some of their creatures, which is good. And then I will not attack. I'd like to tax their mana a little bit with Esper Sentinel. And now we have their Fireblade Charger to sacrificially block. Okay. So just going to make that big. 5-1. I'm absolutely blocking with the Fireblade Charger. And then I can pick it out of their graveyard next turn. Oh, Fiend Lash. Interesting. Okay, well, that's a bummer. I think I'm just dead. Okay, well, that is quite unfortunate. Okay, well then, let's go ahead and move on to round 3. Okay, it's round 3. We have Grazes in hand and a Voldaren to start. This is kind of a mid hand, especially if my opponent is on any sort of graveyard hate. We will see about that, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we set up with Voldaren Epicure pretty well. I think keeping 7 cards in hand is pretty good, especially since we're a discard-focused deck. And we are heavily rewarded for keeping the hand that we did. So we can basically just trash for treasure on turn 3. That is just about the quickest you can expect to do with this deck. Losing the Voldaren Epicure actually does not matter at all for us. And so opponent might be on some sort of control game plan. I will just go ahead and pay this. We're going to drop off 2 Grazes, see if they have graveyard hate. And yeah. Next turn we have Trash for Treasure. Or Fable of the Mirror Breaker if things go wrong. Okay, Nighthawk Scavenger. Alright, well, unfortunately Graz does get traded to with Nighthawk Scavenger. So I'm thinking that regardless, that's still not a bad thing to do. I'll lead on a Fable first to give myself 1 more draw. So next turn I probably just bin 2 of the lands. So the Scavenger is pretty scary. Looks like this is Rogues. I have to imagine they're holding up a Drown in the Lock at this point. Them milling me is not an issue. The Nighthawk Scavenger getting big, however, is. We'll see if they have something for the graveyard now or not. I might be thinking about destroying something with Drown in the Lock. They must be holding it up, so I'm not super excited about doing Trash for Treasure just blindly. This is 3 or less, so Glass Casket is actually a very good answer for Nighthawk. So what's the move? I can Fable this turn. No, I just need to kind of go for it. Yeah, looking like I do Glass Casket and then hold up the Blood Token activation. Looks like it was Drown in the Lock, based on how they're holding this. That is it, okay. And then now we just have 2 mana, so there's not really a whole lot to do. I'm going to take 8, and it's a 2-turn clock. So after baiting out the Drown in the Lock, I think I just need to go for Graz, but more accurately, I need to draw and then discard my Portal to Phyrexia. So hopefully they mill it. They are helping me out here a little bit. Alright, that's huge. So what does that mean for me then? I'm going to have 5 total mana. Not enough to do both. Well, actually I'll have 6 mana, so I can mirror into a treasure or something like that. Okay. So I will do this in my second main phase. Let's go in, swing in, make that treasure. They're holding a flash creature, it looks like. We'll offer that trade, see if they want to bring it in. That kind of just makes the Portal to Phyrexia even better. See if they bite on that. They do not. So, could be Spell Pierce. I highly doubt it. I can lead with Fable, go to Trash for Treasure. Could also do Esper Sentinel. But it doesn't really matter because at this point I just need to resolve Portal to Phyrexia. There's really no way around it. And it looks like they do have a counterspell in hand, so that's unfortunate. Cool. Now we kind of just say YOLO and go for Portal. Autopay. Sack that. And do they have the counterspell? I'm thinking they do. Wow, that actually resolves. Okay. Well, that's super good for me. So now I can grab their Scavenger out of the graveyard and start lifelinking. And yeah, that was kind of a big swing just now. Unfortunately, a Drown in the Loch just kills Portal to Phyrexia, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's actually... Oh, they actually don't have a removal spell for it. Interesting to not see Brazen Borrower come back. Or, I'm surprised that Brazen Borrower didn't take Portal to Phyrexia. That was kind of weird. They must have removal for it. I go to 4 here, and then I should be getting a Scavenger back, so that's good. Okay. Now I'm probably discarding Graz with Fable, for sure. So I want Nighthawk Scavenger. Take that, thank you. Alright. And I think I do want the Esper Sentinel, especially if they're going to try to draw cards on my turn, so I will drop off the Graz. Another Portal is always good. I'm thinking that I will just drop an Esper Sentinel. We are at 6 mana right now, and I can start making more mana with these little tokens. And we are actually very, very close to a hard cast Portal of Phyrexia, in addition to now starting to pressure our opponent's life total. So yeah, next turn I think that's a hard cast Portal. I will need to attack, but yeah, we'll have a hard cast Portal next turn. And now I just block in any way that seems convenient. This could be the 4 mana discounted draw. No, they're just drawing from Lochthwain. Okay, so they need a removal spell for Scavenger. They don't appear to have it. Looks like we do live to see another turn. Yeah, they're really going for some sort of bounce spell for Scavenger. Looks like they probably play Unsummon if they're willing to go down to 1 mana for it. Or actually Blood Chief Source, that's what it is. Wow, okay. They say that they don't want to be here anymore. We were just able to sneak that one out. Got lucky. Baited out enough counterspells, and we're finally able to get our plan through. Okay, so that was round 3. Let's move on to round 4. Okay, so this hand does have a Graz, but no other creatures to support it. I actually don't think that this one is worth keeping. We often have much better hands than that. This is a very kind of solid one. I'm going to get rid of Graz and then just go on the Portal to Phyrexia plan. That's often our strongest item. However, this may be a control deck, so that might be a problem. Let's grab a, in this case, might want a white mana source. Just in case we get into a position where we need a double Glass Casket or a Thrilling Discovery plus Glass Casket. Okay, it's a Rot Priest deck, so I'm just absolutely taking Casket first, or I'm casketing right off the bat, taking out the Rot Priest. So it looks like this is a Rot Priest combo deck with Leyline of Sanctity to break the mirror match. That's a pretty cool one. We'll see if they can naturalize my casket. They cannot. Can they take an artifact? They can. That's cool. So what I'll do then, this is 3 mana, so I can just Glass Casket another one. Okay, cool. So here is Glass Casket. Take that. Get my casket back. Take Rot Priest back. We're back in business, baby. I am at 1 poison counter. Okay, so we kind of need to think about comboing very soon. This can go in tapped. Then I can Thrilling Discovery, discard 2 Portal to Phyrexias, and then Trash for Treasure next turn. Alright, we got 2 Trash for Treasures, which means double Portal to Phyrexia is on the menu. Okay, we're gonna go in. And I think we're getting hit with a lot of poison, but I think we do get them here. Now, let's go ahead and Trash for Treasure first. We're going to get rid of the... Let's get rid of this one first. So that, what does this mean? When it comes back in, this will probably remove this, bringing Rot Priest back. They'll be able to keep one thing, essentially, and then I'm going to re-Glass Casket them. Yeah. This will be fine. Okay, perfect. Bring this back. We'll see what they stack, and then I actually get the original Glass Casket back for just in general. So they get to choose what they want, but it actually doesn't really matter. Okay, cool. And then I think I'll probably just Glass Casket this as well. I want to just avoid all the poison that I can right now. Take this. Now this will be an empty Glass Casket for next turn. Huge. And so now I'm probably just taking their big creature. Skrelv's Hive does kind of start to suck. I think... Yeah, Annex Sentry is a good one. Let's just take out Skrelv's Hive. Now this artifact or creature... Oh, this is an enchantment. Aye. Okay, so here's Thrilling Discovery. Let's go ahead and... Oh, wait a sec. I actually did not want to do that. It is fine, actually, if I just don't Trash for Treasure this turn, because I don't have anything to do. We will just draw into double Esper Sentinels. That's actually fine. They're gaining some life here. This is kind of an annoying way to have done this, but oh well. I do get a Graz back next turn, actually, which is very good. They are starting to gain lifelink, which is very annoying. So they're going to take Annex Sentry. No, they get the Contaminant back, I see. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just Crawling Chorus here, and now I'm just chump blocking at this point. Oh, I should have taken that from my graveyard. What am I doing? Kind of mistakes. Okay. If I were to rip a Trash for Treasure here, I can cast it, so I will do this now. And I guess I'm just in chump block mode right now. I'm going to hold on to the land. I don't think I need to cast anything directly with it. Opponent is just going to go wide until they win, it looks like. They will need to pay 2 for this. And there's definitely a chance that we can lose here. Okay. Now we do get that land. Oh, nice. It's Trash for Treasure. Perfect. Okay. So I would like to block this. Don't want them to get their thingamajig happening again. And let's see. I'll take Annex Sentry again. I think I will just take one of these things so that they have to sacrifice all their creatures. Another Portal to Phyrexia, that's good. I can trash for treasure. Oh, wait, cancel. I do not want to tap that way. I want to trash for treasure like this, so I can Fable afterwards. So it's going to be Portal to Phyrexia, sacrificing. Let's do the empty glass casket. Okay, there we go. Opponent's now on nothing. They're just top decking here with double Skrelv's Hive. Let's auto pay for this. And I am at 6 poison, so that's not awesome. I do have their Annex Sentry to use. Okay. Slaughter Singer, I guess I'm just going to take. Let us take... Yeah, I guess Annex Sentry. And the Contaminator is good. Take that, and then now I'm just going in with all these creatures. Let's see, I can take... Okay, so now I can get Graws back, and now I can kill them. I missed the trigger on the upkeep again to grab Graws from my graveyard. Should definitely be choosing that instead of the little tiny creatures from theirs. Okay, so that was round 4. Let's play round 5. Okay, so it's time for round 5. I've been looking at the YouTube metrics, and it seems that you guys prefer slightly shorter leagues than what I've been doing, so this will be the final game for this showcase. And in this one, I do have a portal that can get binned right away, and a bunch of lands. This is actually a pretty good hand. I'm totally fine to keep this. So I get a Thrilling Discovery on 2. I have one of the 2 discards for it, and the other one's likely going to be a land. Could have fetched the first basic with Fabled Passage. Maybe something to change, but we'll see what happens. Opponent taking their time. Okay, so it's this deck. This is going to be kind of an issue for us. Having a creature on the battlefield doesn't really matter, so I just have to kind of go ahead with my plan. So Portal and Fabled Passage seems to be the move, and then I hope to draw a land here. Got one land, that's great. So now next turn I can casket their Symmetry Sage and Esper Sentinel. Alright, we do have stuff to do next turn, that's good. I am really hoping to sneak a win against this deck. They are really, really quick, so it will definitely be difficult. I'm going to have to play this smart. So Balmor comes out early. Luckily, Symmetry Sage isn't there to represent a lot of damage. So let's go ahead and I know that they're going to play a lot of spells, so I do want to Esper Sentinel. So yeah, the move definitely is Glass Casket and Esper Sentinel. And for some reason, that was tapped horribly by the auto tapper. So opponent will get a spell off for essentially free. Okay, well, that's fine. Curse you, auto tapper. Okay, Mentor's Guidance is not the worst thing that could have happened. Balmor does get to swing in, but it is not for that much damage. Opponent probably did look for a creature here. I imagine they would have played one to set up a bigger turn. So they're either stuck on their second land. We'll see what it is. They must have found a land or a creature that they needed. So there's the land. Do they have the 1-mana creature? Soulscar Mage, is it you? No, it's just a Reckless Charge, so they're worried about pushing damage. That's good news for me. So I, right now, am looking for a way to get Portal back online. So I'm going to start with Thrilling Discovery. I'm going to keep my 4th land as the Fabled Passage, and I'll get rid of Voldaren, Epicure, and Esper Sentinel. Darn, did not quite get there. I can now... I could actually get a white mana and then really tax their mana with double Esper Sentinel. This kind of makes my mana awkward, but I think we're going to have to live on the edge. They go to 16, and I potentially have a very annoying turn for them lined up. Alright, that's good. They pay, they pay. Alright. Well, this is really slow out of their deck, so I'm happy to see it. Yeah, I mean, it's turn 4 and I still have 15 life against this deck. That is totally fine. So now I get to Thrilling Discovery, bin 2 of these crap cards. And there's the Refurbish, so we are on it next turn. I would like to play Mountain, and I have the opportunity to get rid of this, but I don't want to. Let us swing in for damage, and we'll see if they play any creatures. Honestly, if they just keep this Balmor out, and I'm racing them down with a 1/1, like, I'm not really worried by their deck until they play another creature. And in fact, Portal doesn't really do a whole lot until I do so. So yeah, now that I see them play a second creature, I think I'm down to start making them sack stuff. Okay. That's fine. They're going to hit me a little bit, but I will have the final laugh most likely. And I'm really tempted to actually just use the blood token right now to look for our next spell. But I think I can do that next turn. Ooh, they gain haste with that. This is actually going to hurt a lot. 10, 8, 13. Yeesh. Okay, well, I will still be alive after this, and we can potentially turn the corner. Go to 4. My turn. Alright, so I'm going to use the Mountain, and then I'm going to Refurbish. And we do want Portal to Phyrexia. Alright, they'll have to sack their board, and we can start taking a flying blocker out of their graveyard from now on. Okay, so if they can give something haste, I am in trouble. Otherwise, things start to look good for us. EI, that is very scary to see. Okay, there they go. They finally found something. Looks like they're not getting an attack in this turn based on what they've taken. And it's a Dreadhorde Arcanist, okay. So they are trying to play with Fire Me until I am dead. Can they give it haste? Oh, they might be able to give it haste. Yeah, if they have Reckless Rage, it's over. Reckless Charge, I mean. You got me dead. What's happening? Claim the first run. I'm going to go to 1, I think. Play with Fire Me. Oh. This is getting scary. I have one more Thrilling Discovery in my deck. That's the only other way that I can gain life. I'm going to have to dig for it at the end of this turn. Can I reanimate another Portal? Doesn't look like it. How much does a Graz hurt them? Not enough. Can Graz block? That's a good question. He can. Okay, so he can kill a Dreadhorde Arcanist, but it doesn't really matter. I go to 1. Okay. Discard a card. Let's find something good. Wow, we ripped the last thrilling discovery. I am just absolutely over the moon about that. And so now I gotta think. I gotta try to kill Dreadhorde Arcanist, or I need to just try to kill them. Getting one of their creatures is good, but at this point, I think I just need a Graz. Graz is just kind of the move right now. He can block, and he can make this block pretty well. Now, I think in order to save myself against a play with fire type effect, I just have to do this right now and not even discard anything. And Juggernauts must attack, so here we go. Opponent is dead next turn unless they kill me now. Do they have it? I think it's pretty likely. And there it is. They just barely got over the edge. Total, that's the classic wizard deck right there. Either they get there or they don't. And in this case, they did get there. So that was game 5. Thank you for sticking around and watching me play Trash for Treasure. Hope you liked the deck. If you did, do leave a like and comment and subscribe. Let me know what you liked about it. Let me know if you think you would play any situation a bit differently. And yeah, do subscribe. Helps me grow the channel. Y'all have been being really good about that lately, so thank you for that. That is pretty much it for me. Thank you for watching, and have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.